You probably clicked on this video because you're thinking about renovating an old RV.
That's very intuitive, Tim.
It's very intuitive. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're gonna be doing a lot more painting than you expect, and it's probably gonna cost more than you expect.
And the reason that we know that is because we renovated our own RV last year and lived in it for a year when we drove to Florida, to Alaska, in our YouTube series, Tripped. You can go see a full renovation tour in the description below, and you can also see 2 months of work in 7 minutes in a different video.
So much painting.
A lot of painting, but today we're talking about numbers, and let's do that now.
Just big number, $2,500. It's here.
That's the full cost.
Right here.
But let's break it down into where that went.
First thing, most expensive.
Do you know this off the top of your head? How do you know without looking?
Furniture,
Wow.
900 and, how much is it? Furniture, $960. So we looked out, we lived in Fishers, Indiana, where they opened a brand new shiny Ikea.
Aww.
We bought Ikea furniture to replace the old furniture in the RV because the old furniture was terrible stuff.
It was RV furniture. What do you want?
It was RV.
The thing with furniture for your house versus furniture that's meant to go into a car is we ran into some obstacles that we'd like to share with you here. For example, one little drawer set that we had we thought was going to work out great because it clicked in and locked, but even despite that, it's still not meant to be driven down the road. And so the clicking was still, the drawers were still opening as we were driving, so the second half of the whole year we were taping up the drawers as we drove.
We also replaced the main dining table with an Ikea, and there's going to be all the links to the exact stuff below in the description, but an Ikea like folding table. It was super heavy, it rattled around a bit. We never attached it to the wall, we could have done that, but we should have probably left the original dining table in there and just painted it or something.
With the RV renovation, it's not necessarily like you have to gut the whole thing. We almost regretted not leaving the dinette and at least one bench in because that would have been just as functional as what we ended up with.
Definitely. One good thing, I think the couch we got from Ikea was awesome. We got like the sleeper sofa from there. That was the most expensive thing. I saw it was $600 online now. We got it for $500 at the time. It was compact, it fit really well in the space. I slept on it a bunch.
Another good point about Ikea furniture is it comes of course in all the little boxes. That is really easy when you to actually get it into the RV. So if you're shopping online for anything, just be aware of how it is actually going to get into your like little mini trailer door.
Yeah, that door is only so wide.
Our RV blinds, we get so many questions about this. It was so hard to find blinds for the RV when we were shopping, I remember. Yeah. So here's our solution.
We just ordered custom blinds from selectappliance.com. They just took the dimensions after you measured up. The nice thing was, all you had to do is just lift them up, they stayed up. You could lower them down, they stayed down.
And they were opaque enough to allow privacy, and they were transparent enough to let some light in so that you could have them down during the day and you weren't like in a cave if you had light blocking curtains up or something. And then our second window treatment that we had up were curtains, where we just resized and re-sewed old curtains that we had and bought curtain rods for the bedroom. And then up front for the huge front window, there were already old RV dingy curtains. And what was brilliant that Tim's mom and aunt helped us with is we left the curtains on the same track that they were on, and we cut the track off to just sew the whole track onto new fabric, onto new curtains. So it wasn't necessarily like we had to like recreate curtains. It was mostly just like a fabric replacement.
So the blinds cost $200. The replacement fabric for those dingy were $100. So let's say $300 in window treatments. And Aunt Donna, Mom, thanks again for sewing. Look, you're in a video again. Hardware, we spent about $80 on this. This is gonna sound really boring, but if you want to redo your hinges and your handles,
Which you kind of need to, Tim, right? Because if you're like painting all your cabinets and then you've got those old brassy looking, like it just that changes the whole aesthetic of the RV.
Hey, it's coming back.
If you're going for that,
metals.
you know, Insta, Pinterest, perfect look.
The biggest thing was we had to actually go to Lowe's and buy the hinges they had there because the offset was the same as the cabinet hinges that came with the RV. And it sounds like a small problem, but if you just order them online, sometimes they'll kick your cabinet door over like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, and it won't close the same, and it offsets everything.
Yeah, so to reiterate what you're saying, like if I didn't know anything about hinges, just to like continue to clarify, like the little tiny holes on the back, Tim had to like on some of them readjust holes by like millimeters, just because then they would be completely offset on the entire like on the box, on the cabinet box. So he was like re-drilling holes that were 2 millimeters away from the other one. So that's very, very specific. But something that we didn't realize we were getting into when we were getting into it.
Luckily for us, re-drilling cabinet holes is a passion of mine.
Same as painting, another passion of yours, Tim.
Next category, painting. We spent about...
Drum roll. Oh, don't worry. There's drums outside drumming for us.
We're filming in Mexico. It's always noisy. Next category.
Oh, paint.
Painting. We spent about $180 here. It's not a lot of area to paint in an RV, but you do not want to cheap out on the paint. You want to buy that good gripper primer. You want to buy that good paint so you can do the minimum amount of coats, because, man, you don't want to paint more than you have to.
But here's the thing, you will be painting more than you think you are. The RV is just so intricate. It's a little bit different than just, you know, like painting a wall in your house, because there's so many nooks and crannies. You're getting up into the ceiling, and some of the RVs have, you know, like the carpeted ceiling, and you're trying to like paint along a carpet line on the
Long story short, it's gonna take forever. So spend those extra couple dollars and get paint and save yourself a coat.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the RV budget, make sure you're budgeting enough. You know, your time is worth something too.
Yeah,
so just take it into account when you're looking at painting on the wall.
Super bright white.
But
and
then
the best thing of all, go ahead, Google Mountain Modern Life, how to paint an RV.
Yeah.
They have way better information than we could possibly offer up on the actual process of doing it.
Here's the thing, if you haven't seen us before, we are not like the DIY, like we're not here to teach you how to do it, because we do not know how to do it. We were just following the people who are good at, you know, like redesigning things. Like we're not interior designers, we don't know. But we know how much stuff costs. New category.
Countertop paint.
Okay, my countertop paint kit costs about $50, and this was my fun little arts and crafts project for in the RV. Preface. This looks way better in photos and on video than in real life. Like, in real life, this looks like a painted countertop. Okay, so take that into consideration, because
But it stood up to...
But it's better than
it's
like
better
the
than
orange,
it was in there,
yellow, yeah. Other inexpensive countertop choices is that, what's that? Like
Rust-Oleum.
you can put contact paper on, like a lot of people do that in their apartments and stuff. Tim absolutely hates that. But so here is
really bad.
a lot of the like pros online, let's say like a Mountain Modern Life, who knows what they're doing on there, are replacing a lot of their countertops. Like we love that butcher block look. Oh my gosh, we actually bought butcher block that we had to return, and we drove it from the Midwest to Florida, whatever. But to replace a countertop in our RV, at least in the kitchen, we would have had to rip it off the entire wall and like take out the sink. It wasn't just like take off a countertop and put a new one down.
There's an underhung sink in an RV, so you have to deal with that, and then the range is only a certain height, and like just obviously you're going to be custom cutting a butcher block to fit in there, but there's a lot of custom pieces. It's not worth the time sink.
Which is also why we couldn't replace the sink in the kitchen.
Right.
But this was all a lot easier in the bathroom. So that's how we landed on painting the countertop. I don't regret it because it did look better than the other one, but again, it looks better on camera than in real life.
Somehow I was in charge of doing all the wood accents, because you were busy painting countertops. All the random wood you saw in the RV, I'm looking down here at the price, it was about $190. bink bonk boop. So those sheets of that like faux pallet looking stuff, that came from Lowe's. It was $40 a sheet. We used it for our headboard and also as a kitchen accent. There's also all that painted pine that we kind of outlined the slide out with, and we made a little cabinet above the doorway with it too. I'm really glad that we went with the faux pallet headboard because it was actually smooth. It didn't have a texture to it. It looked great on camera. It looked good just like living in there, but you didn't have that rough wood like touching your head, or even out in the kitchen, like grabbing on, snagging clothes, that sort of thing. And then that fake pine that we got from Lowe's was much cheaper than the stick wood you see online, that name brand stuff. And it really stood up to 20,000 miles of just shaking down the road.
And look how easy this is. See how it's just one piece? It looks like all these different wood pieces, but it's just the one, what did you call it? Like panel.
Yeah.
One panel. So that's easy to buy and easy to adhere.
I'm glad you said panel because we also had to buy a sheet of wide beadboard for the bathroom to give it that, coastal beach look.
And if you're looking up online how to do beadboard, like you see in our bathroom, you see that real beadboard is those individual pieces. This is still just one panel faux piece that
just slap it up there.
The next category is tiling, and Tim will just be jealous if I talk about tiling because this is his little fun project.
You're probably watching me do a time lapse of tile right now. I've never tiled before. We spent about $100 on this with all the supplies all in. It was really easy to do. We just bought individual subway tiles. And hey, if I can do it at the end of the day, if it's your first time tiling, you're tiling the inside of a car. How bad can you mess it up? Just be brave.
Pressure's low. This is after loads of research on alternative options. There are, stickers that look like tile and all this. All that stuff after ordering samples, also seeing it in person, it looks pretty tacky, no pun intended, because it sticks.
Hopefully we can edit that.
It does look tacky. The tile looked really nice in there, and it
somehow didn't crack off the entire year. I was betting the whole time that it was like just going to be very brittle and start breaking off. Again, lasted the entire time, held to the wall. We didn't have any problems with it cracking whatsoever.
Another thing that might go into your RV renovation budget, if you are buying a used RV, you might want to clean that carpet. We hired someone for $120 to clean the carpet that was up front around the engine and the carpet on the ceiling. Oh, and in the bedroom. And that was well worth the money.
It. There was a visible difference in our headboard ceiling carpet.
The roof
it looks
carpet.
much cleaner.
And smelled better too.
You'll also notice we replaced both faucets and one of the sinks in the RV. That was about $200 total. We replaced the kitchen faucet with a residential faucet. Had to spend a few more dollars and a few hours plumbing it because it wasn't a perfect match. I had to get some adapters, so anticipate like the run to the hardware store to make it all match up. But having that little pull down sprayer was awesome because our RV did not have that originally. And then instead of trying to clean up the sink in the bathroom, we just threw the old one out, bought a new one that was the perfect replacement, and got a nice brand new faucet for it too. It looked really, really sharp.
Yeah, that RV off-white, Nintendo yellow, as Nintendo white, as Tim calls it.
Yeah.
That is also then the same color as our entire shower. And at that point, that was just kind of like the last thing that we were just like, we're kind of done with this renovation and didn't opt into. But if you want to if you want to modernize your shower away from Nintendo white, you can, maybe you've seen online, you can tile it and stuff. If you're not getting into a huge project like that, in RVs, you can buy from an RV supply company a new shower wall that's actually white and not Nintendo white, and then the new shower basin. And that we're not including that in our cost because we didn't buy that, but that was somewhere between $100 to $300 total for a new shower.
The cost is one thing. I have a background in plumbing. My dad's a plumber. It was the last thing I wanted to get into. It looked like a fresh nightmare out of hell to try to redo the shower in there. So we skipped that.
Interestingly enough, the shower itself just looked like a fresh nightmare from hell that we just used all year.
No matter how well you budget everything, you're gonna go over budget. Just like however much time you think you're gonna spend doing the renovation, you're gonna do a lot more. We hit about $300 in miscellaneous costs. This can be little stuff like, caulk, throw pillows, LED light bulb. Yeah, caulk. Caulk adds up.
Just like, you didn't say it well. I'm 12, I was, okay. What else besides?
Fasteners, maybe a mirror to check yourself out in. You're gonna go over your budget. Just plan on.
Oh, how about like all the just like the little aesthetic things that you can't live without? Like a cute little calendar that you want on the wall, a little chalkboard piece
Can't
that you
live without
like.
Need a chalkboard.
Maybe, like little like cow horns on the front. What else? Oh, we bought like nice little hooks for jackets and hats in the bedroom from Anthropology. They were like $15, but
just some freaking cute stuff.
some cute stuff. Ugh, leave your budget for cute stuff.
Of course, our final category, $0, labor. We've said it several times. Obviously, we're not paying ourselves to do this. You're gonna spend a lot of time renovating. It can be a time to bond with the love of your life and think about, why are we painting the inside of a car? Just know that from the outset, it's going to take way longer than you think, as we've said several times.
It was worth it. It was worth it. It looks a lot better.
I hope the new owners really enjoyed everything that we did in the RV.
Tim,
I miss her.
do you think that renovating the RV helped us sell it?
Yes.
No, this is all an investment, and then it's a little bit different than a house because of course you're in a vehicle which depreciates so much more.
Right.
And so like, how do you think that the renovation impacted us selling the RV?
Truthfully, my opinion is that it would be easier to sell a stock RV. You're never going to get, so we put $2,500 in it. We didn't get that back out of it by any means, because it's still a car at the end of the day. It still has more miles on it. Plus, you're limiting who you're selling to, because it's really then just people who are looking for a renovated RV. And it depends, I guess, how drastic you get with the renovations too. If we had kept all the original furniture and just maybe painted it or something, that's less drastic and only looks good. As far as who wants to buy a 30-foot Class A with like a new Ikea sofa, all that, I think like you're getting a very specific customer then. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I maybe almost disagree because I feel like that helped us sell it in a quick amount of time when we were almost trying to like shotgun, like get rid of it.
We've also seen other people who've done the RV life and put a lot of money into the renovation and been trying to sell their RV. And
that's a good point. Yeah, we kind of view our renovation as surface level.
Very much so.
We're not we weren't doing those big things like the shower, or we still had carpet in the bedroom. We still had that kind of icky carpet thing up in front. So there was a lot more to do. So, and our budget reflects that. You could, spend easily $5,000 more doing all as much as you want. So that's a good point, like the different level of the renovation, I guess, too. Yeah.
So that's our renovation cost. If you're gonna go do it, I wish you the best of luck. It is good we did it. We got a lot more enjoyment. I feel like we were a lot more comfortable in there.
If you want to see more from us, you can hit that subscribe button below. We have
We're doing that now.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if you don't remind people, sometimes they forget. So we put out vlogs every Sunday and tips like this on Thursdays. And if you haven't already seen our renovation videos, you can see that down below, our little tours and stuff.
Sweet. Thanks for stopping by and talking money.